Kenneth Walker III's football journey is best understood as a study in urgency refined by patience, a rare blend of explosive instinct and disciplined growth. In a sport that often celebrates immediate dominance and early acclaim, Walker's rise followed a less predictable arc. His path was not paved by constant spotlight or guaranteed opportunity. Instead, it was carved through persistence, adaptation, and a relentless commitment to proving himself every time the game reset him to the margins. From the very beginning, Walker's relationship with football was shaped by environment. Growing up in Arlington, Tennessee, he was surrounded by a culture where football was deeply respected but never romanticized. Success was earned, not assumed. His family emphasized work ethic, humility, and accountability, grounding him in values that would later stabilize him through the volatility of competitive athletics. Football was an outlet, but it was also a responsibility, one that demanded consistency long before it offered recognition. As a young athlete, Walker's talent was evident, but it was not immediately transformative. He possessed natural explosiveness and balance, yet he was not treated as a finished product. Early on, he learned that raw ability only opened doors. Preparation decided whether you stayed inside. That lesson would repeat itself throughout his career in different forms, each time sharpening his mental edge. At Arlington High School, Walker's game began to take shape. He ran with a rare combination of patience and sudden violence, waiting just long enough for a crease to develop before attacking it with decisive force. He understood angles instinctively. He ran behind his pads. He finished runs with intention. Still, he was not the most heavily recruited running back in the country. The recruiting process tested his belief in himself more than his physical limits. Offers came, but not with overwhelming momentum. Walker ultimately committed to Wake Forest, a decision rooted in opportunity rather than prestige. Wake Forest offered him a chance to play, to grow, and to prove himself in a system that valued vision and discipline. It was a choice that reflected self-awareness. Walker didn't need hype, he needed reps. At Wake Forest, Walker entered a competitive environment that demanded patience. Early opportunities were limited. Touches were not guaranteed. Instead of pressing for immediate results, he focused on learning the details of the position. He studied blocking schemes. He learned how to press the line of scrimmage. He refined his footwork in tight spaces. Every carry became an evaluation. When his role expanded, Walker responded with efficiency rather than flash. He didn't chase home runs unnecessarily. He maximized what was available. Coaches trusted him because he protected the football, executed assignments, and ran with discipline. His production grew steadily, but even as he improved, something was missing, a stage that fully reflected his capabilities. That realization led to one of the most pivotal decisions of his career, entering the transfer portal. For many players, transferring is framed as escape. For Walker, it was alignment. He understood that his game needed a system that emphasized downhill aggression, patience, and decisiveness. Michigan State offered exactly that. Joining Michigan State meant entering a program hungry for identity. The offense needed a centerpiece. The culture valued toughness and accountability. Walker didn't arrive as a star. He arrived as a solution waiting to be proven. From his first carries, it was clear that his game had matured. Walker's breakout at Michigan State was not accidental, it was cumulative. Everything he had learned about patience, timing, and leverage came together. He pressed holes with authority. He manipulated linebackers with subtle footwork. He finished runs violently. Defenders struggled not because he was unpredictable, but because he was decisive. Game after game, Walker imposed his will. His performance against Michigan became a defining moment, not because of statistics alone, but because of context. Against elite competition, in a rivalry defined by intensity, Walker controlled the tempo. He didn't just gain yards, he dictated outcomes. That performance elevated him into national conversations and solidified his identity as a complete back. What separated Walker during that season was balance. He was explosive, but not reckless. Physical, but not undisciplined. He understood when to attack and when to preserve. That understanding turned him into a volume back who didn't deteriorate under load. His Heisman consideration was a reflection of impact, not marketing. As the NFL draft approached, evaluations centered on translation. Could his running style hold up? Would his vision scale to faster defenses? Those questions missed the larger truth. Walker's game was built on fundamentals that age well. Vision, balance, finish. Those traits do not disappear with competition. Entering the NFL, Walker faced a familiar reality: nothing guaranteed. The professional level compresses margin for error. Rookies are evaluated daily. Walker embraced that environment because it mirrored his entire journey. He prepared meticulously. He learned protections. He refined his patience against faster pursuit. When opportunity arrived, Walker delivered. His running style translated immediately. He attacked angles with confidence. He broke tackles with leverage rather than brute force. He turned minimal space into meaningful gains. His explosiveness showed, but what impressed coaches most was his control. Walker's rookie season reinforced his identity. He wasn't just productive, he was reliable. He handled volume. He closed games. He responded to defensive adjustments. Injuries tested his durability, but they did not disrupt his mindset. Each return reflected renewed focus rather than urgency. As his NFL career continued, Walker's understanding of the position deepened. He became more nuanced in pass protection, more patient in zone schemes, more strategic in how he conserved energy. He learned when to absorb contact and when to avoid it. That evolution signaled longevity. Off the field, Walker's demeanor remained consistent. He avoided excess. He focused on preparation. Teammates respected him because he worked quietly and consistently. Coaches trusted him because he executed assignments without drama. His leadership emerged organically through example. Financially, Walker's trajectory reflects the same principle that defines his football life: earning value through performance rather than promise. Through rookie contracts, incentives, and endorsements aligned with his growing profile, he has built a stable foundation. His earnings reflect trust in his durability and production. As of recent estimates, Kenneth Walker III's net worth is believed to be in the range of $5 to $7 million, derived primarily from NFL contracts, signing bonuses, and early endorsement opportunities. Like his career, his financial growth has been measured, sustainable, and tied directly to execution. What stands out is alignment. Walker's financial stability mirrors his football identity: explosive when necessary, patient when required, and disciplined throughout. He has positioned himself not just for immediate success, but for longevity in a league that tests endurance constantly. Kenneth Walker III's story is not about arriving early. It is about arriving ready. It is about trusting development when recognition lags. It is about understanding that urgency without discipline leads nowhere, but discipline with urgency changes games. He represents a modern running back archetype: physical yet intelligent, explosive yet controlled. His success reminds us that football still rewards fundamentals. That vision still matters. That patience still creates advantage. Walker never asked the game to bend to him. He learned how to bend with the game. And in doing so, he turned persistence into power. Thank you to all the fans for watching and supporting this story. Your appreciation for effort, your respect for growth, and your love for football's demanding truths give meaning to journeys like Kenneth Walker III's. If you enjoyed this long-form documentary, please like, share, and subscribe. More powerful football stories are coming, and we sincerely thank you for being part of the journey.